The U.S. Army is now sending letters to soldiers booted from service for refusing the COVID vaccine. Remember this? And some saying it is too late for an apology.
They've lost my trust. They've lost my faith. They made it very clear to me that they didn't care about my health and well-being. They didn't care about my personal opinion, my professional opinion. They didn't care about my family, my babies. And it's hard to come back from that. They've crossed the line.
They did, and she was pregnant, by the way. Of the 1,900 soldiers let go, only 19 returned to active service as the Army faces continued recruiting shortages, while spending hundreds of millions of dollars on diversity initiatives. How about $269 million? Here to react, U.S. Army veteran and Stop Woke founder Rob Smith. Rob, you can't blame her for telling the Army, go stick it.
No, you can't blame her. And Brian, what I think that a lot of your viewers need to understand is that when you are dishonorably discharged from the military, which is what a lot of these people that refuse to get this vaccine were, a dishonorable discharge, that means that you lose access to your health care benefits. You lose access to college and university benefits. You lose access to all of these things. And these are soldiers, most of which had no disciplinary issues, that had zero issues with their service prior to their refusal to take this vaccine. So, yeah, when you kick these people out, they're going to have an issue with it. And going back in to get these records updated is a very onerous process that a lot of people just aren't even equipped to deal with on their own. You know, some people have to engage with lawyers. You have to deal with the VA. There's all sorts of stuff that's going on in there. So, yeah, you can't blame these people for not really wanting to deal with the military after it's treated them like this.
You know, it's so hard to get the proper defense funding. There's always this push and pull. But to say take $269 million and say we're going to put it toward diversity, hiring, understanding, classes, and seminars is insane. They don't care how it looks, Rob. Isn't that hard to wrap your head around?
No, it's hard to wrap my head around. And let me tell you something about what's going on in the military right now. And this is what a lot of people do not understand. So the military's top brass has been captured by what I can only describe as the Biden administration's ideological agenda. OK, so while we're lessening actual standards in the United States military, we're pumping up this DEI stuff. I'm going to give you a couple of numbers right here. We have the smallest active duty military army that we've had in this country since 1940. They've missed their recruitment goal by 15,000. And get this, the physical fitness standards are being lessened in the military as we pump all of this money into this DEI agenda. Now, a 2-mile run used to have to be able to run 2 miles within about 15 minutes at the time it was when I was active duty. That standard is now 22 minutes. You can practically walk that. It's ridiculous. So we have a military that is full of people becoming less fit to serve as they pump millions and billions of taxpayer dollars into the DEI agenda. It is making our military weak, and I do not believe that people recognize the moment that we're in with the United States military right now.
Rob, what I've been told is in the military is more than any other place in and around this country, it doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. It's a meritocracy as pure as it gets. Is that the military you remember?
You know, that's the military I remember, and it's the military, Brian, that seems to be slipping away day by day by day. And the more I read up on this, and the more that I make my personal platforms about combating this sort of far-left shift in the United States military right now, the more I get concerned about I've got my Stop Woke research team on a lot of this stuff that's going on in the military, and the stuff that I'm getting back is really shocking me. And I hope that we can speak more about this in the future, because I really do think that we're not paying enough attention to this. And I really appreciate you guys for always bringing focus to the United States military.
And we tried to save those 1,900 with the vaccine with Admiral Kirby, and he wouldn't hear it. And now we find out that's exactly how the soldiers felt. They told him to just go take a walk. We don't need you. Rob Smith, thank you. Appreciate what you're doing.